Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Raggyrog, and today I am bringing you a tier list in which I am going to be going through a bunch of cat Pokemon. That's right, felines. Like house cats, like meow meow, cat. And I'm going to be determining, based on my personal preferences, how likely I would be to actually keep any of them as a pet. So not as a Pokemon that I travel with and train and use to collect gym badges and blah. I would just be more interested in keeping one as a pet like you would any normal cat. So, as you can see here, the ratings I've got are just would keep, no question. Would keep begrudgingly, so you know, like, I might have some misgivings, I'm not sure. I would consider owning, but I haven't made, like, I'm not sure, you know, so like, I definitely have not made any commitments here. I would cat sit, so it's like I would not own it, but I would definitely not mind looking after someone else's cat. I would even allow it into my home while looking after it very temporarily. And then advise against. So these are the ones that I'm just going to tell people, like, you probably don't want that for a house pet. Okay, so just in order of how we see them, which ones would I keep as a pet? And definitely make sure to comment down below which ones you would keep as a pet, because I want to know. Okay, so we've got, starting off here, we've got Alolan Meowth. And yeah, I've got no reason to say no to an Alolan Meowth. Okay, then we have Galarian Meowth. And same story. So, like, I know that a lot of people would be, like, deterred by Galarian Meowth because he looks so savage, and he kind of is, right? But I have an affinity for mean cats. Back in Australia where I live, I have a really mean cat. And I love him. And I think it's by having this cat that's just drawn me to, like, mean cats. The cat I have now in real life is, like, he's a do-rag. He's nothing. He's got no brain, and I love him too. But I like mean cats. So, Galarian Meowth, absolutely. Longboy Gigantamax Meowth. I would have to advise against that, if only because he is the size of a skyscraper. And I don't think that's unfair. Regular Meowth, obviously he's just going to go along with the rest of the Meowths. Persian, in both his Alolan and Kanto form, are both going to be kept, no question. These are, for all intents and purposes, just regular, normal cats, so I have no reason to say no, not really. Gengar! While I believe that Gengar does in fact look quite similar to a cat if you squint, I don't think he's actually a cat. But, since he's on this list, we'll treat him like one. Would I keep a Gengar? And no, actually, just outright no. This thing is a ghost and it's vindictive as hell, so no, I'm sorry. I like Gengar as a Pokemon, as a companion, for trainer stuff, not as a pet. Then we have Raikou, and no, he's too big, and he's like full of electricity and stuff. I couldn't. That's too much. I don't want... I would own a big dog. I would not own a big cat. Can you imagine cleaning up after that thing? I live in a winter climate now, so cats don't go outside, which means they poop indoors. I am not cleaning up Raikou poop. Same story goes for Entei and Suicune. Can't do it. Skitty? Yeah, I would keep a Skitty. Delcatty? Absolutely. So far, this list is very polarized. There is not a lot of, like, in-the-middle decision-making here. Shinx? I would keep Shinx begrudgingly, as just to break that theme of, like, polarized decisions. Shinx evolves into Luxio, and knowing that that would eventually probably happen, I would have to, you know, let me put it like this. Luxio, I would only consider owning. I might come to the decision to do so, but I would only cat sit Luxray. Knowing that Shinx ultimately will turn into Luxray, I'm not sure, because I don't want to own a Luxray. Same story with the legendary trio here. He's just too big, and, you know, he might be, like, he looks like he could be a mean cat, but I don't like when a mean cat is actually dangerous as well, like, actually dangerous, so there you go. Glameow. Okay, Glameow, just keep with no questions asked. It's a cat. Purugly, I would babysit a Purugly, and it's like, okay, I get it. Shinx will eventually turn into Luxray, so I put Shinx in begrudgingly kept. But Glameow will eventually turn into Purugly, So why am I, so, on board with Glameow? Well, because I'm taking liberties with the list, that's why. Purloin, I would keep a Purloin, absolutely. Lipard, I would cat sit a Lipard. Landorus, no, absolutely not. Litleo, similar to Shinx, because he turns into Pyroar, I would only begrudgingly keep a Litleo. I would definitely cat sit Pyroar, though. That is fine. Esper, I'm going to put Esper up here behind my head. I would absolutely keep an Esper. They are low maintenance, just like Meowstic. I'm going to... So that you're not going to see them behind my head. I'm sorry. Okay, so you can't see some of these behind my head. I'm sorry. But Meowstic, Esper, they are low maintenance, and I love them, and I would keep them. They are just fine. There is nothing wrong with them. Litten, love me some Litten. I love black cats. I like mean cats, and I like black cats. I like Litten. I like Torracat, too. Except, only begrudgingly, I would keep one. Because I do not like Incineroar. I would advise against him. This guy is less of a cat and more of a pro wrestler. If I could keep Litten without him evolving ever, that would be perfect. That is a perfect cat. Solgaleo, I'm going to have to put Solgaleo in the just advise against, if only because he is a giant legendary monster. More so than Raikou or Entei or any of them. He's gigantic. And if we remember what I said about cleaning up their poop, I'm not doing that. Not with a sun god. No, sir. Berserker, I love Berserker. Absolutely, I would keep one. He reminds me so much of my cat from back in Australia, whose name is Devil, by the way. I'm going to name drop him. Love that guy. Mewtwo, technically, yeah, I guess Mewtwo is a cat. And I don't think I would keep one. But I would, it doesn't matter what form he's in, I would totally cat sit a Mewtwo, if only for the novelty of that situation. Absolutely. Then we have Mew, and Mew is interesting because he's totally related to Mewtwo, but I don't actually have to worry about Mew evolving into Mewtwo because that's not how it works. Mew is his own standalone Pokemon who does not evolve. I think I would keep a Mew, absolutely. And, I don't think... The only drawback I can think of with Mew is that he can learn any move. So he could potentially become a problem. Maybe. But I think it would be fine because I'm pretty sure I would look after him well enough. So he would be okay. Then we have Solgaleo as he appears in Ultra Sun, and if I'm going to advise against regular old Solgaleo, you can bet that I'm going to advise against this version of Solgaleo. So yeah. Zorora, I would cat sit a Zorora. I would be okay with that, I think. As far as Pokemon go, competitively or just playing through the games, I don't really care for him. He's not that interesting to me. But I don't hate him, so it's I couldn't hold that against him in a pet owning situation. I wouldn't own one. I would definitely look after one, though. Then, lastly on this list, we have Sprigatito, and I know that Scarlet and Violet has released now, so technically his other forms should be on this list, but I guess this list was made a little while ago. But I'm going to put him in Would Keep, no question, because I love Sprigatito, and even though his other forms aren't on here, I'm going to say that they would probably both go into Would Keep begrudgingly, so take that for what it's worth. But there it is. These are all of my favorite cat Pokemon, or not so much my favorite cat Pokemon, but just these are all of the cat Pokemon that I can think of that I would keep or not keep, whatever. You know how this list works. You watched the video. Comment down below which ones you would keep as a pet and which ones you definitely wouldn't. Where are we at odds? Where are we in agreement? I want to know. In any case, if you enjoyed the video today, then make sure to give it a like. It was a short one. Let me know if you like the content when it's short and punchy like this, or if you like longer content as well. Leave your feedback. Leave all of your feedback. In any case, my name is raggyrog. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Give it a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, do all of those things, and I will see you next time, Ragamuffins. Have a good one!